Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. This is Knight Rider coming at y'all on the 904 Supercars YouTube channel. And this is the official, proper, actual 100% Sim Update 5 in VR. Like, this is the real deal. So, we're gonna start completely from the beginning. We're going to start completely from the beginning as if we're starting a new game. But this time we're in VR. So we're going through the flight training. We're going through the all the different stuff that you got to do as if it was a fresh profile. Just setting it up, sharing it out to my socials real quick. I'm gonna get started here momentarily, guys. Alrighty, we're going into the career mode first. Like I said, we're starting this from the beginning. I still have everything, all my certifications and everything, but I'm going to go back through them as if I don't. So we're going to start with our private pilot's license. Momentarily, drink a little bit of water. Forgive me, guys, I just woke up like an hour ago. Gonna start training.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Jess Molina, and I'll be your instructor. For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 172. In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you will be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So, let's hide the yoke for now.
Okay, how do I hide the yoke? With the cursor. Okay, so the only problem is... Oh, okay.
Great.
Alrighty. So you gotta have a combination of the controller and a flight stick. Is the game broken? I'm gonna restart because I don't exactly know what happened there.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Jess Molina, and I'll be your instructor. For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies.
Give me a second, I'm sorry, I'm trying to reset the view.
This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 172. In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you will be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So, let's hide the yoke for now. Great.
Okay. So now what? Um... So I hit the yoke, but it's like not gonna work. Um, Try this a third time? That's really weird. I don't understand why it's not.
Welcome to Sedona. I'm Captain Jess Molina, and I'll be your instructor. For this lesson, we're going to start on the ground and focus on some basic concepts. Fundamentals every pilot needs to know before hitting the skies. This is your plane, a classic, the Cessna 172. In front of you is the yoke, the primary means of controlling the aircraft. In the simulation, you will be controlling the aircraft with your peripherals of choice. So, let's hide the yoke for now. Great.
Okay, so what do I do for now? So hide the yoke. I hid the yoke. So we're off to a great start. I'm gonna give it one more try, and if it don't work this time, I'm gonna go on to the next lesson. Because most of these I have an A anyways. I just kind of wanted to do them, and you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next lesson. Because a lot of these I already know. I'm just learning them in VR.
Let's get you familiar with the aircraft, a Cessna 172, and a few commands to navigate it through the skies. In front of you is the yoke. The yoke is like a steering wheel, more or less. Turn it left or right to control the ailerons and bank the aircraft into turns. Look at the trailing edge of the wings while turning the yoke to see the effect on the ailerons. Okay. Now, the difference between the yoke and a steering wheel is you can pull or push on the yoke. This controls the elevator at the back of the aircraft to make it climb or descend. Look at the horizontal stabilizer. While you pull on the yoke, you can see how it affects the elevator. Nice. Down at your feet are the rudder pedals. They steer the aircraft when you're on the ground. The upper part of the pedals also control your brakes. In the air, they control the rudder at the end of the vertical stabilizer to yaw the aircraft. This is mostly for small corrections, for coordinating turns or compensating for a plane's tendency to pull left during takeoffs and climbs. Look at the vertical tail while operating the pedals to see the effect on the rudder. Great.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
The throttle is located near the center of the cockpit. Pushing forward will increase power. Pulling back will decrease power. First, look at the throttle and select it.
Really? I have it selected. What are you talking about? Really? Really?
Keep it selected and push it forward to increase power. Power is increased. Now pull it back to decrease power. Power is decreased. Now we'll do the same without focusing on it. Deselect the throttle. Look away from the throttle and increase power. Set your throttle to idle. Excellent. When the engine is on, you'll be able to see the power change on your RPM indicator.
Oh, okay.
You'll find it on your PFD screen in the top left corner.
So, that's a really weird thing to, have to specifically focus on. So,
It tells you how fast the engine is spinning.
if you're using
Per minute.
if you're using a flight stick, you have to have a controller nearby for certain functions.
It's on the left on your PFD screen. It measures the speed in knots. To check your altitude, look to the altimeter. It's on the right on your PFD screen.
Okay, I see what's going on here.
Not all aircraft have integrated screens with all this information. A lot of them rely on analog instruments. You can find the analog versions of the airspeed indicator and the altimeter just above the throttle. They are respectively on the left and right. The analog altimeter has 3 hands similar to a clock. The long, thick pointer indicates 100-foot intervals. The short, thick one is 1,000-foot intervals, and the long, thin one counts 10,000-foot intervals. That's all for today. Next time, we'll see how it feels in the air.
I'm not even gonna lie. There's a lot going on right now. Go on to the next training. Like, I could see where people can actually, like, legitimately learn how to fly if you spend enough time.
To help demonstrate pitch, I've drawn 3 lines on the windshield. Notice how the middle line matches the horizon while we're flying level? This is the cruise attitude. The lower dotted line is the climb attitude, and the upper one is the descent attitude. Let's dig deeper into what that means. Pull back gently on the yoke until the climb attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
Okay, nice and gently. Oh, dude, that is so much more easier to do in VR than it is real life.
We're gaining altitude.
Bro, holy...
We're losing airspeed, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb. Excellent. Now, let's level back out.
That is so much easier.
Our speed is increasing and our altitude is stable.
It is so much more natural in virtual reality.
Push gently on the yoke until the descent attitude line matches the horizon. Then maintain that attitude.
I mean, I'm still not perfect, I'm not even gonna lie, but that's okay.
As expected, with a nose-down attitude, our altitude is decreasing while our speed is picking up. That's good. Okay, bring us back to level flight. Now your speed is decreasing and your altitude is stable. That's good. Try to make only small adjustments to your pitch to avoid overcorrection.
Hey, let's see what I got on that. Okay, so I've got some improvement to make, but I'll take a B. I'll take a B.
For this lesson, we're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the cruise attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly for left turns. Gently move the yoke to the left until the dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank. Excellent. Now, let's see you level back out. All right. For the next step, turning to the right, let's see how you do on your own without any markings. You can see a series of notches representing 10-degree increments on the attitude indicator part of your PFD. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
500.
Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right on the attitude indicator. Then, maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude until I ask you to stop.
Okay, now that's a little bit difficult for me to see the little specific lines like that.
Keep working on it. You'll get better.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
To maintain a constant altitude during the turn. Level us back out now.
Oh shit. Okay, so I don't like that this stick twist, because that twisting was screwing me up right there, not even gonna lie.
That's okay.
Nah, I'm gonna restart that because I just noticed the thumbstick thing, it was twisted instead of turned, like.
For this lesson, we're going to use a line drawn on the windshield to indicate the cruise attitude. I've also added another dotted line to help you bank properly for left turns. Gently move the yoke to the left until the dotted line matches up with the horizon. Then maintain that bank. Keep working on it. You'll get better. Now, let's see you level back out. That's okay.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, so I'm working with
Be
thumbs.
careful when leveling off. We want to avoid turning the opposite way. For the next step, turning to the right. Let's see how you do on your own without any markings.
Yeah,
You see a series of notches representing 10-degree increments on the attitude indicator part of your PFD. As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. Start banking right until you're lined up with the second notch to the right on the attitude indicator. Then, maintain that 20-degree bank while remaining at the same altitude until I ask you to stop.
This is not as simple and easy as it might seem.
Keep working on it. You'll get better. Keep working to maintain a constant altitude during the turn. Level us back out now. That's okay. Anticipate when leveling off to not overshoot. Additional practice will help, don't worry. Small corrections on the yoke will lead to more accurate turns.
Ooh. So what was messing me up is the Thrustmaster flight stick. It does this thing where you can do either left, right, up, and down, but then it also turns. And what was screwing me up right there was the turning. I'm gonna come back to that off screen and practice.
Let's talk about the throttle. If you have the need for speed, then the throttle's for you. Full control over the power output of the engine. In the Cessna 172, that relates directly to the RPM displayed on the tachometer on the PFD. Pull back on the throttle to reduce RPM to 1800. Look how your speed and altitude are also decreasing. That's good. Okay, let's throttle back up to 2,400 revolutions per minute. Push the throttle to reach 2,004. Your speed is increasing now. As long as you maintain the same attitude, your altitude will keep climbing as well. That's good. You did well, but you can do better. Practice getting comfortable with the relationship between the throttle and RPM.
I'm only going through these just to get the basic gist. Like, I'm just trying to work my way up to the more advanced, maneuverable, because the glass cockpits are a lot easier for me to see.
The art of maneuvering a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore. Now it's time to test the skills you've learned. As you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. If your speed is in the yellow section of the airspeed indicator, it means you are overspeeding. Reduce throttle to idle and pull gently on the yoke to slow down. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. That's okay. Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively. You can start the climb when you're ready. You can start the climb when you're ready.
I am. I already did my whole 180-degree turn and everything.
Nice. The turn is good, but try to climb faster in the future. All right, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots. Stall. 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 You put your plane in a dangerous situation.
Oh shit, okay.
Alright, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots.
A lot harder than it seems it would be. A lot harder than it would seem. I promise you, this is not as easy as it sounds.
Stall. 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 Stall.
Oh shit. That's not scary at all. Dude, I promise you, this is not as easy as you would think it would be.
You've left the training airspace. You need to go back. The art of maneuvering a plane through the air isn't a mystery to you anymore. Now it's time to test the skills you've learned. As you can see, we're cruising at 6,000 feet on a north heading of 360 degrees. Start by descending to 5,500 feet while maintaining a northerly heading. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. If your speed is in the yellow section of the airspeed indicator, it means you are overspeeding. While descending, reduce throttle to avoid overspeed. Reduce throttle to idle and pull gently on the yoke to slow down. That's good. Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively. You can start the climb when you're ready. You put your plane in a dangerous situation.
How'd I put my plane in a dangerous situation?
Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively. You put your plane in a dangerous situation. Now, climb to 6,000 feet and turn to a south heading. On the Cessna 172, you need full power to climb effectively. That's good. The turn is good, but try to climb faster in the future. All right, next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots. Stall. You put your plane in a dangerous situation. All right, Next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots. Go ahead and reduce your speed. Go ahead and reduce your speed.
I am. Now, how much you want me to reduce it?
Go ahead and reduce your speed. Stall. 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 Stall.
They want you to maintain such a specific speed that it's actually a little bit tricky.
Stall. You put your plane in a dangerous situation.
Bro, I can't see the specific freaking speed that they want me to be.
Exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots.
Okay, I'm at 6,000 feet. I'm going on course. How the hell do I get my airspeed down is the only problem.
Go ahead and reduce your speed. Go ahead and reduce your speed. Go ahead and reduce your speed. You put your plane in a dangerous situation.
Whoever said flying was easy is fucking stupid.
Right. Next exercise. Maintain your heading of 180 degrees, stay at 6,000 feet, and adjust your airspeed to 80 knots. All right. You did well, but you can do better.
I'll take it. It's hard to see on this glass, on this small of a screen. A, I'll take a B. Damn near an A. I'll take it.
Hello. Today, we're going to go over all the steps that precede turning on your engine. Those steps are essential to ensure your aircraft's integrity and that everything is in order for a smooth and seamless flight. First of all, stretch your legs a bit and take a look at your aircraft and your surroundings. We never took much time to look at our aircraft from the outside, so take your time if you want to inspect it. You might have noticed some extra bits on your aircraft. These are the covers and chocks. Covers are installed when the plane is not in use and are meant to avoid damaging its sensitive parts. Chocks are there to immobilize the aircraft. You'll need to remove them before takeoff.
Really, game? Really? Okay, so sometimes it's a little bit weird like that, where it won't let you.
And we're done for the outside. Now that we're sure your aircraft is functional and ready to taxi, let's check the inside.
So the VR is a little bit wonky.
You've been given an EFB, also referred to as an electronic flight bag. It's a tablet that stores critical flight information and is the ideal tool to prepare your flight plans and enhance your piloting experience. Open it and take a look. Feel free to follow a quick guided tour of its features. The EFB features an interactive map, a flight plan editor, aircraft and current flight information, a nav log, as well as fuel and payload options. The EFB has plenty to offer, but if you want to get directly into the action, you can turn it off after you finish the quick tour. It seems like we're all clear on the checklist. Now start this pretty bird up. Now that we've covered all the preparations, let's get to the good stuff, shall we?
Oh, heck yeah, let's finally get to the good stuff.
Let's take a moment to talk about taxiing. Taxiing refers to moving the aircraft on the ground under its own power. In particular, getting from the ramp out to the hold short point on the edge of the runway. Steering on the ground is managed through the rudder pedals. That's right, unlike driving a car, we turn by using our feet. Okay, ready? With the throttle idle, release your parking brake. Okay. Now, gently increase throttle to get the aircraft moving. Add power to start taxiing. Go easy on your throttle. Use your rudder pedal to turn left and enter the taxiway. Increase throttle to gain forward momentum and then reduce RPM accordingly to match a fast walking speed while taxiing. Now, test the brakes. Good. Brakes checked. Taxi to the next exit, then come to a stop. Remember to control your speed with throttle and brakes. See the crossing in front of us. Stop before it, as if traffic was coming off the runway. All right, taxi to holding point Alpha 1 next. It's at the far end of the airport, near the head of runway 21. Stay as close as possible to the taxiway center, marked by the yellow line, and watch your speed. Mind your speed. Aircraft are difficult to maneuver on the ground. Watch your speed. After the right turn, come to a stop before the hold short point in prep for takeoff. That was good taxiing. The next challenge will be to keep the aircraft under control while at full throttle for takeoff. There's an old saying I like. A mile of road will take you a mile. A mile of runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember. First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear. Check to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway. And to the left, to make sure no other planes are approaching. Runway numbers are not arbitrary. Each number matches the first two number of the runway's compass bearing, rounded to the nearest 10 degrees.
Okay.